Hey everyone, Oracle reported quarterly financial results that are sending the stock price higher by roughly 10% following this earnings announcement. Of course, coming into the quarter, I've had Oracle stock rated as a buy. I've had Oracle stock rated as a buy for some time now, as the company's relatively cheap valuation, coupled with its excellent prospects for artificial intelligence, provided investors an excellent risk versus reward opportunity. In this video, I'm going to review Oracle's latest financial results and update my buy recommendation on Oracle stock. You're going to want to tune in to see if I'm keeping the stock rated as a buy or if I'm downgrading the stock after these earnings results and the stock price increasing. So let's get started looking at the financial results. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now. So one of the big highlights in Oracle's latest quarter was the total remaining performance obligations. This is the metric that has been jumping ahead of revenue growth. Remember, I talk about remaining performance obligations and how this eventually turns into revenue. These are contracts the company signs, and these turn into revenue as the company performs on the contract terms, whether it be a 3-year contract, a 1-year contract, 8-year contract, whatever the terms might be. It first goes into RPO, and then it eventually turns into revenue as Oracle performs the services agreed upon in the contract. This metric jumped by 44% in the quarter to $98 billion. That's in stark contrast to the company's revenue growth, which was only up by 3% in the quarter to $14.3 billion. This is at least 2 quarters now where the company's total remaining performance obligation is absolutely exploding while revenue growth is not that strong. So this is going to slowly lead to faster revenue growth, as we'll see management discuss a little bit later in this video. Management is already forecasting an accelerating revenue growth rate in the upcoming year. For the full year, in its fiscal year 2024, which it recently completed, it's reporting its 4th quarter fiscal year 2024 results, and this was up by 6% to $53 billion. Non-GAAP operating income of $6.7 billion was up by 8% year over year. Oracle has demonstrated excellent operating leverage with revenue growth of 6% for the fiscal year 2024. Its operating income jumped by more than 10%. I'll share those details with you as well a little later in the video. And the optimism from management continued this quarter. If you recall from the previous quarter, I highlighted very optimistic comments from the company's management about its previous quarterly results. Here again, we have that optimism continuing and in fact getting even more optimistic. Let me share this with you here. In the 3rd and 4th quarter, Oracle signed the largest sales contract in our history, driven by enormous demand for training large language models in the Oracle Cloud. Enormous demand, the largest contract in history. These record level sales drove RPO up 44% to $98 billion. Now, throughout its upcoming fiscal year 2025, management expects continued strong AI demand to push Oracle's sales and RPO even higher and result in double-digit revenue growth this fiscal year. So revenue growth is going to increase from 6% here in 2024 up to double digits in the upcoming fiscal year. So you're starting to see that surge in RPO turning into accelerated revenue growth in fiscal 2025. And I wouldn't be surprised if that continues in fiscal 2026 for Oracle. The manager continues, I also expect that each successive quarter should grow faster than the previous quarter. So it's going to be an increasing rate of growth as the year progresses. And that's because its capacity begins to catch up with demand. In other words, it's still in a position where demand is ahead of supply. They have more demand than supply. That's precisely the position you would like to be in if you're running a business or if you're investing in a business where demand is growing so quickly, you're having difficulty catching up. In the 4th quarter alone, Oracle signed over 30 AI sales contracts totaling more than $12.5 billion, including one with OpenAI to train ChatGPT in the Oracle Cloud. And a little later in the video, they also highlight a deal it signed with Microsoft and Google to have the Oracle Cloud within those clouds as well. So phenomenal quarter again from Oracle. This is the second straight quarter of excellent performance from the company and accelerating revenue growth expected. All right, I shared with you, I highlighted that I would share with you the company's operating leverage. And you can see here, total revenue increased by 3% to $14.287 billion. And that led operating income to jump by 13% to $4.686 billion. In other words, operating margin increased to 33%, up from 30%. So Oracle is demonstrating revenue growth and revenue surge, as well as profit growth and profit surge. Not every AI-related company is experiencing this. NVIDIA is, of course, the best at that. But some of these other AI-related companies, like Supermicro Computer, Dell Technologies, Hewlett-Packard Enterprises, they reported increasing demand for their AI, but their operating profitability, their operating profit margins, their cash flows from operations, they're not increasing along with revenue. So they're having to offer incentives and willing to accept worsening terms in order to capture those sales. That's not the case with NVIDIA, of course, but it's also not the case here for Oracle. As you could see, it's demonstrating profit growth as well as revenue growth and increases in contracts. So all in all, a very good quarter for Oracle. This is now the second straight quarter where the company delivered phenomenal performance. As I highlighted, I've had Oracle stock rated as a buy for some time now, and I last updated that recommendation on June 5th. I said I thought Oracle stock was still a buy even after reviewing those results on June 5th. Now, looking at its valuation, is trading at a forward price to earnings of 17.29. And so following these results, I still think Oracle stock is a buy. In fact, after evaluating these results, this stock has improved in my opinion. So I'm a little bit more bullish than I was coming into the quarter following Oracle's earnings announcement. I'm going to continue digesting these results, reviewing the conference call, reviewing these latest deals, and I wouldn't be surprised if I become even more bullish on Oracle stock after I fully digest these latest results out of this AI company. Before I let you go, let me tell you about the greatest deal on YouTube. With just a click of a button, you can get free financial analysis from a professor with decades of investing experience. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.